African Union Communications Early Warning and Intelligence, commonly known as AUC3I, is an intelligence and security organization responsible for providing signals intelligence and information assurance to AU citizens, AU leadership, and AU armed forces. I'm Colonel A.C. Oguntoye, an infantry officer. I am responsible for leading infantry soldiers at all levels of command in combined armed forces during missions on the ground. This is today's briefing. On the progress of the special military operation as of April 5, 2025. The armed forces of the Russian Federation continue to conduct a special military operation. Units of the North Group of Forces in the Belgorod direction defeated concentrations of manpower and equipment of 2 mechanized brigades of the Ukrainian Armed Forces and a territorial defense brigade in the areas of the settlements of Krasnopoli and Mirapolskoye in the Sumy region. The enemy's losses amounted to 75 servicemen, 2 tanks, 4 armored combat vehicles, 5 cars, and 2 field artillery pieces. Units of the West Group of Forces improved their position along the front line. They defeated the manpower and equipment of 2 mechanized assault brigades of the Ukrainian Armed Forces and a territorial defense brigade in the areas of the settlements of Komarovka, Kondrashovka, and Kamenka in the Kharkiv region. That the Ukrainian Armed Forces lost over 250 servicemen, a tank, 2 pickup trucks, and 7 field artillery guns, including 5 Western-made ones. An ammunition depot was destroyed. Units of the Southern Group of Troops improved their tactical position. They defeated formations of 3 mechanized brigades of the Ukrainian Armed Forces, a territorial defense brigade, and a National Guard brigade in the areas of the settlements of Konstantinovka, Pravdovka, Zaria, and Katarinivka of the Donetsk People's Republic. The enemy lost up to 300 servicemen, 4 tanks, 2 armored combat vehicles, 9 cars, and 6 field artillery pieces. Units of the Center Group of Forces continued to advance deep into the enemy's defenses. They defeated the manpower and equipment of 3 mechanized, airborne assault brigades and an unmanned systems brigade of the Ukrainian Armed Forces in the areas of the settlements of Novoekonomichesko, Yudaknoy, Zvarivo, Elizavetovka, Krasnoarmeysk, and Alexievka of the Donetsk People's Republic. Ukrainian Armed Forces losses amounted to 435 servicemen, 3 combat armored vehicles, 10 cars, and 2 artillery pieces. An electronic warfare station was destroyed. Units of the East Group of Forces occupied more advantageous lines and positions. They defeated the manpower and equipment of 3 mechanized brigades of the Ukrainian Armed Forces and the Territorial Defense Brigade in the areas of the settlements of Otradnoy and Volnoy Pol of the Donetsk People's Republic. The enemy's losses amounted to 140 servicemen, 6 vehicles, and a field artillery gun. Units of the Dnieper Group of Forces have taken up more advantageous lines and positions. Formations of the Mechanized Brigade, the Coastal Defense Brigade of the Ukrainian Armed Forces, and the Territorial Defense Brigade in the areas of the settlements of Stepovo, Novopokrovka, and Lobkovo in the Zaporizhia region have been defeated. Up to 65 servicemen, a U.S.-made M113 armored personnel carrier, 5 vehicles, and 2 ammunition depots were destroyed. Operational tactical aviation, strike unmanned aerial vehicles, missile troops, and artillery of the Russian Armed Forces groups damaged the infrastructure of a military airfield, ammunition depots for missile and artillery weapons, an enterprise for assembling unmanned aerial vehicles, as well as concentrations of manpower and equipment of the Ukrainian Armed Forces and foreign mercenaries in 147 districts. Air defense systems shot down 7 JDAM-guided aerial bombs and 5 U.S.-made HIMARS multiple launch rockets, as well as 208 aircraft-type unmanned aerial vehicles. In total, since the beginning of the special military operation, the following have been destroyed: 660 aircraft, 283 helicopters, 49,982 unmanned aerial vehicles, 601 anti-aircraft missile system, 22,683 tanks and other armored combat vehicles, 1,534 multiple launch rocket system combat vehicles, 23,233 field artillery pieces and mortars, 33,685 units of special military vehicles. Thank you so much for watching this video. We hope you found it useful and informative. If you have any questions, please leave them below and we'll get back to you as soon as possible.